Let's get started. I'm wearing a japamala and I'm holding one. It doesn't matter what kind of beads, but it's usually 108. And why that number? That will be a separate video maybe one day. But the whole point of doing japa is to chant a name repeatedly, and holding a mala and the beads kind of helps us keep count, because you really don't want to be counting in the head while actually chanting. And obviously it's for beginners, or maybe mid-tier, because folks who are like really advanced, they really don't need the japamala. But let's not talk about them. I'm talking about myself, and I really need it. Doing japa actually helps calm our mind, helps to focus, and maybe not get stressed out as much in this rat race of life. And it's very good if children start at a young age, then it becomes their muscle memory. I didn't do it when I was younger, so I am struggling and trying to do it right way. But let's just get started. Every japamala that you get, whether it's 108 or 5427, it's always in the multiple of 108. There will be this piece right here. I believe it's called the meru, but this is really does not count as one of the 108. So then these beads, these are 108. And the next thing I want to talk about is how to hold it and the significance of our fingers when holding the japamala. So here's my mala, and always use the right hand. Let me talk about the how to hold it, but before that, even the significance of the fingers and why the mala is held the way it is held. So we have 5 fingers. The thumb represents the supreme consciousness, or Brahman. The index finger represents my ego, or Ahankara. Then the middle ring and the little finger, these 3 represents the 3 gunas: Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. Now, how exactly these 3 gunas play with our personality and what impact it has, maybe it'll be a different video one day, but for now let's just understand that Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, Brahman, or the supreme consciousness, and this is the ego. So you want to keep the ego away, so never ever use the index finger in the japamala, so that's out. Now we want to keep the Sattva, which is the strongest of the gunas, with Brahman, and have the Sattva working with Brahman, so that we reach higher and higher level of spirituality and in our journey, and always keep the Rajas and Tamas underneath. So I'm going to take my mala, just hang it with these 2 fingers like this. Okay, and then this is my first bead, because this is just the counter, but this is the first bead. So then I'm going to take my Sattva finger with Brahman. So those 2 have to be together. Brahman guiding the Sattva to reach higher and higher. So usually what people do, because it's very easy, just go like this. Just use the thumb or the one that represents Brahman to move the beads. But no, I was told that's not the right way. What is the right way is actually make the Sattva guna work. So use the middle finger to move the beads, and then kind of have the thumb move, follow it, or stay as close as possible. So while you're chanting whatever name you are chanting in mind, this is what you do. So what do I do when I reach the end? So I'm doing this all the way, right? So I come to the last beat. I'm in the 108th. So what happens after that? Do I just continue if I'm doing more than one round, or like multiple of 108? The recommendation is no. What needs to happen is as you reach here to the end, you flip it like this, and then you go backward. Same thing, index is out, these two are together, but you just now use the middle finger to push it away from you, go in the opposite direction. And it's got a very high and deep significance, and I'm going to talk about it next. So why do I have to flip it and go in the reverse direction instead of just going in circle? Because I'm on a roll, right? It's got a very high and deep significance in our scriptures and also in the Vedantic philosophy. So the main point here is that as an individual jiva, I don't want to take birth and rebirth and come back to this samsara and then, go through the pain and suffering. My goal as an individual jiva is to reach moksha. Now, it may take multiple lifetimes, but each and every individual's ultimate goal is to merge with the supreme consciousness or the Brahman and get moksha. So by going in circle, it symbolizes that I'm never coming out of this cycle of birth and rebirth. But going once and going in the opposite direction signifies that at least in this lifetime, I work enough in my spiritual path where either I get moksha or I get closer, so that when I come back next life, I'll just pick it up from where I left. Really, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Just a disclaimer, I'm very new. I'm like a kindergartner in the spiritual path in this journey. And as I learn, I just like to share with others. So if you think I said something that is not correct, I would love for you to put a comment down below, and so that I learn the right way and I can do it right way. But if you really liked it, give me a thumbs up and share this video. Thank you and pranam.